alright, first and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Kodash. Alright, we see dominant the apostles and elders of great much well. So I say salutations, so I come to the push you don't shoot and say the day and day out. You know, constantly in season we say Shalom.
Shalom.
You know, once again, two brothers here from one camps in Trinidad with us, you know, going into the scriptures. And you know, we need time Passover. And you know, if we go into the story of the Passover, Egypt was what? Destroyed. And today we're back in what you would call a spiritual Egypt. You know? And it's the same way this spiritual Egypt going to be destroyed as well. You understand? And the same way we have hope that we're going to be taken out from here. Because the Israelites back then in the days of Moses, they were taken out from that Egypt. And in the same way we the elect, you understand? Hopefully we of that going to be taken out from this Egypt.
Okay,
you understand? Yeah, go ahead.
It said there is Jeremiah 16 and 14. It said, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Yeah. So, all the facts there. You know, we was brought up from Egypt. And he's saying we pray unto the Lord to bring us out from this Egypt, this modern day Egypt. You understand? We want to be taken out from here. You understand? We really want to leave this place. But you know what? Your patience are to be tried. You know, we go through with trials. You understand? And we got to see this place be destroyed as well. You know, and the plagues, as we speak, and when the time we pass over, we see plagues at this moment. We see plagues hitting this modern day Egypt at this moment. We're talking about coronavirus, H1N1, the next one H1N5, H5N5 or something like that it is. We're talking about we seen locusts. It
was in Africa and somewhere I think in Saudi Arabia, somewhere around there.
You know, we've seen contaminated water to a point where people can't even drink it. They're in thirst. We've seen plenty of things. The farming and food, you know, all these things. You understand? You finish now?
I'll read verse 15.
Yeah.
Right? They say, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that bringeth up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. You understand? That's what we're waiting on. That second Exodus that the brothers just talk about. Because the first Exodus was from the literal Egypt. But this Exodus coming to be from what we call spiritual Sodom and Egypt.
That's right.
You understand? And Lord God deliver us from here and bring us back into our land. Where we'll never have to go through curses again. Never have to go through affliction again. We'll be perfect.
The land that God's given to us.
Come.
And take it back. You know? You even seen what they do in the land as they're having what? Gay pride parades. You know, gay marriages,
swinging chicken around the
neck. All this kind of madness these crackers doing on the land. You know, and that is why that land had to be cleansed first. And how you go be cleansed by fire. You know? So yeah. You finish yours or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. There's a second Ezra chapter 15 verse 11. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretch out arm and smite Egypt with plagues, as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. So he says, smite Egypt again with plagues. And this is talking about what we call America today. You know? It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that God shall bring upon it. Right? And that is what going to happen. We see the plagues coming back and take Egypt again. Understand? We see it. Hey, we need time to pass over here and we see, when you see the things like coronavirus and how it affecting this world and the heathens and these wicked Israelites as well. You know, you see the judgment that the Lord placing on this, placing on this place. You understand? You see it. You see where the prophet said, the Lord said, go bring them. The Lord said here, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretch out arm and smite Egypt plagues as before and will destroy all the land thereof. Are you seeing those plagues Satan? You know? And it's a glory to see that as well, because you know what we see in the prophecies playing out right before us.
And the scripture says, it say, many have desire to see the things that you see.
That's right.
You understand? But spiritually they are seeing it because they're back here. You understand? But at the time when he was telling them that, you know, there wasn't that time.
That's right.
But now they're actually seeing these things playing out. Just like the apostle was saying, when I was talking about John the Baptist. John the Baptist could be here right now hearing the same nonsense that they're talking about. You understand? All the prophets come back to actually witness these things. You understand? And they will be a big part in it also. The scriptures talk about it in the same Jeremiah where he say he was sent for many hunters. You understand? And that time when, cause right now all these things that we seeing, we still in the early stages of it. You understand? We another say like how a woman has give birth. We still in the construction stages. We ain't reached the point where you actually see Esau bring out the real bioweapons.
Yeah. As I say, construction, we just in the first certain months, you know, like you know, before you reach that time that the pain sort of really happen. She started to get she construction, she belly pain, so forth, you know, on all these things. Even if you go into Jacob's trouble, what the Lord say when in Jacob's trouble? He says, a man shall hold his loins like a woman in travail. Right? And I just show you the kind of judgment, the kind of things going to take place here. Right? So that is what we see. That is why even when you go into the Passover, you know, you go that, you know, the spirit's supposed to be sure. You know? You ain't going double-minded. Right?
Do you have something in Revelation? Yes, no.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, chapter 16, verse 37. It says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth a son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth great pains can pass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Right? It said, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. And that this going back into Moses. When the Lord told Moses that, hey, these are the plagues that's going to hit, then it happened. It wasn't slack. The Lord wasn't slack concerned to what does he say? What does he promise to happen unto that Egypt back then? You know? As he say, may it say here, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, which 2 to 3 hours of her birth, great pains can pass her womb. That's like what the brother was saying before, right? They say, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Yeah, because you know what? It happening. They say, slack not a moment. Them pain are slacking. They say, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. And the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. It says sorrows on every side. And that is what we're seeing. We're seeing sorrows here, there. This one thing alone, this one plague, this one pestilence, coronavirus. Watch what they're doing to the 4 corners of the earth. You understand? Me and the brother was watching that video earlier, what they're doing in Italy. In Italy right now, as we speak, they're rushing to buy out toilet paper. You understand? They're rushing to buy out toilet paper because they don't see how the place going to get locked down.
And they're trying to prepare.
Yeah, and even the brother showed my article where they say New York call state of emergency. You understand? And it already should say here, let's say what? And the world shall mourn and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. We're talking about Italy, Australia, what's this place? We're talking about China, Germany, you understand? Spain, I was reading this, Spain, you know, all these places, even the Caribbean here.
And if I can say, even the ones who wouldn't get the virus directly, they'll still be affected by it in some way, whether it be business-wise or something.
Food, you know, you wouldn't be able to get food because they're going to have a rush for that. No, but,
if I can also say, you see like how, for example, we was in the last Egypt, you understand, and we was able to escape the pestilence, It's the same way we had to rehearse the righteous act now so we could escape these things also in this Egypt.
That's right.
You understand? We had to rehearse the righteous act.
That's right.
Our precept here is Revelations 3, verse, I'll start from 4, right? Revelation 3 verse 4, it says, Thou hast a few names even in Sardis, which have not defiled their garments, and they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy. And that is what we're working towards, to being worthy. You understand? We want to make sure that when the Lord brings destruction on this place, we will be able to escape it.
That's right.
No, right now we're going to rehearse what the Passover. We can't do it perfectly how we're supposed to do it according to the ordinance that we used to in Israel, but we do it according to faith and to the best that we could.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Rehearsing a righteous act. Right? Verse 5, it says, He that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. It says, He that had an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. You understand? So we're supposed to be making ourselves ready. The more destruction we see is the more you're supposed to be working towards making yourself good. Because we want to make sure that when that time comes, the Lord will show us mercy. I will talk about in Ezekiel 9 about the mark of exemption.
That's right.
Any more precepts?
No, good. Yeah, you finished yours?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's continue in the second address here, right? Because your brother would say, that somewhere or the other you go be affected. You understand? I'll jump to second address chapter 16 verse 41. It says, He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. It said, He that occupied merchandise as he that had no profit by it. They say, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein, he that soweth as if he should not reap. So also he that planted the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. You understand? They say, jump to verse. It say, they that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. They say, and therefore they that labor in vain. For strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses and take their children captives. For in captivity and famine shall they get children. You understand? And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possession, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sins, said the Lord. So yeah, because your brother's saying you'll be affected somehow. You might be the one to go and buy the food. You understand? To go and buy to be the first one to line up in front of the grocery, First one to run in the store to get goods. And he's come and put it in the house, and about 5 to 6 men who real hungry break in, take it and go on. What's going on there? You affected somehow or the other.
If I can say, okay, see like how we talk about they that planted, they that reap nuts. Yeah. Remember, it have executive orders in place where the government come and actually seize your crops.
Yeah, that's right.
You understand? So you do put in all our work, and the government come and actually seize everything and take it for themselves.
They say you can even catch rainwater. Just imagine that. You can even use rainwater. If you catch rainwater, is a crime. You understand?
So they didn't implement certain things, whereas you could become completely dependable on them. So when that situation take place and they seize whatever little bit you have, and you talk about a man desiring to go places and he wouldn't be able to. You're seeing it happening right now, people being quarantined in certain places. You understand? All these things taking place in little ways. But when the time comes where it become full scale, you understand, nothing to eat, anything that you have to eat is what the government provide you with.
Yeah.
And we know what will be the resource to be able to get at, you understand, the chip.
And that is why plenty of people like plenty of these Trinidadians and plenty of these Sheiks, matter of fact, that is why they laugh at what's going on. Because they think nothing going to happen to them. They think they're just small thing, and a few months that
they go
blow over and thing. You understand? Because that's the mindset vacant. Everything being a joke, everything being a meme, and everything just going to continue as it is. But they this place is going to be what? Destroyed. This place is going to be destroyed. Wars, the scripture talks about wars and rumors of wars, pestilences and so forth. Earthquakes, we've seen the earthquakes, we hear about the wars and these things. You understand? So shit soon pop off.
It says there's 1 Thessalonians 5. I'll start from 2, right? It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. It say, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
And that is why we are saying they're saying peace and safety, because they're thinking that this place is going to continue as is. You know? That is what will happen to them. Hey, man, I smoke in Corona, I smoke in, I ain't going to touch you. You know, plenty of jakes and shit like that. Don't even think that they're going to be affected somehow.
God is a training, we go get through it.
That is a mindset, but I say they go be in like a woman with travail.
Can.
You understand? And like pains, like sorrows. You know?
And if I could say, like, it's like when a woman pregnant and she actually about to give birth, it'll just be like a sudden pain all of a sudden. You know? She'll be moving about, and she'll just get like a sudden pain, and then she water go break, and then she would just start to feel a sudden pain. You understand? That's how it will come suddenly upon them. It will come. You might have an idea that something will not happen, you know? But it will just come suddenly, and it will just be a set of problems and
That's
chaos.
Right. That's right. Can. So, bring us a miracle.
I'll read verse. I'll read the next verse. Right? Verse 4. It say, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Right? It say, ye are all the children of light,
That's right.
and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness.
That's right.
Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober.
That's right. Because what the scripture say, be you or be occupied in prophecies.
Can.
Say always only look. The scriptures also say take what? Careful attention. You know? Take heed. You know? All these things. Right? So you're not like these children who in the world. We teach in the light. We know what's going to happen and we see what's happening. Because we have that truth, that light to show us the path.
Can.
You know? That right path. So we wouldn't be caught up like them in darkness. Them not in darkness, they can't see that path. Or they can see. They can't even make a step. You know? So we are that. So don't be caught up. Don't be caught up in the wrong things.
Can.
You know?
The scripture say, and walk while they have the light.
That's right. Alright, so you finish it?
Yeah.
Alright, so you know we go closer to. So with that we give our praises to
Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rakakudash.
You see double honors, the apostles and elders of great mention well.
Can.
Our teachers, our apostles in the truth. You see salutations, all the archimedes, the pushing we run truth and say the in and the out. You know, constantly in season we say, Shalom.
Shalom.